We are in the NSCR Balagtas station. If you look dun sa baba, this is the old Bigaa station. Bigaa was the pre-Spanish name for the town of Balagtas. So we are in Balagtas, Bulacan. This is the first station that we built na meron na covered. We are doing finishing work. And this is one of the stations that was built by Sumitomo Construction Corporation. What inspired this is actually typical na bahay kubo na strong yung foundation but ano mo yun, yung light material yung nasa taas. We're taking advantage of the light, taking advantage of the wind, taking advantage of yung light materials. Tapos we got trusses of a combination of concrete and steel structures. They started this during the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. Around 2020 when they started this segment. So it's taking them roughly around 2 years to build this. Ito, simula dito hanggang Makati, estimate namin it would be around 40 minutes to Makati. So you can practically live here in Balagtas and then go to Makati in 40 minutes in the morning and then come back sa hapon. By 6 o'clock, you'll be here. You don't have to spend until 8 or 9 p.m. To come over here. So it doesn't really make sense, lalo na if yung pasahe, mas mura, papunta rito, kaysa let's say papuntang Mandaluyong. So it makes sense for you to live here with the greenery, with the fresh air, with the small town vibe. Diba? It's good for your kids to grow here and it would decongest Metro Manila. It would be great. This would eventually Balagtas would become one of the small cities in GCR because of this. Imagine, most of the major stations of PNR became huge towns like Naga, like Legazpi, like Lucena, like San Pablo. It's because PNR had huge presence there. So that's what we're doing here also by spurring the economy of that area by putting the stations. It's a direct intervention of the national government to spur the economic growth. If I'm not mistaken, there's around 35 stations, the whole NSCR. Roughly around 80% would look the same. We have a different station doon sa De La Rosa because we have meron kaming commuter station plus the airport express station. Then on the other end sa Clark, we have a terminus which is practically the end. And it will be beside the Clark International Airport. Usually, this is what we call heavy rail metro grade system. What is heavy rail? That means it can carry train sets that is as huge as big or as long as 8 to 10 rail cars packed with people, commuter style, yung siksikan ng mga tao. And then we are planning to have this system to have stops between around 3 to 5 minutes or maybe as long as 6 minutes in between stops. So there will be trains coming here at least every 6 minutes. So you don't have, and then the train capacity is more than 2,000 people. So just imagine every stop, every 6 minutes will be draining 2,000 people to each direction. So this is planned on the first year to become a 1 million passenger per day system. That's why it's called the metro. That's the definition of a heavy metro grade system. Oh yes, this is the typhoon proof. This is earthquake proof. This is weather proof. We designed the station and the viaducts based on the historical earthquake plus margins, including the 100-year floods. plus margins, and then the highest wind speed, we designed it. We over-designed it based on that, and it is a very well-designed system, and with the help of the Japanese government. This is a game-changer legacy project of the Duterte administration. The original CPCS at North Rail was not envisioned this way. It was supposedly just an extension of the old PNR commuter service all the way to Malolos lang. And then eventually it became an airport service lang, airport-only service. But when the Duterte administration came in, we committed that we would build this as a metro system. So not just a 200 or 300 passenger per day system. We even envision after the 10th year of operation, this become a 2 or 3 million passenger per day system. So we may need even to upgrade this because practically this will be the spine of Metro Manila and around the GCR, Greater Capital Region. Yes, this is the best alternative to oil prices. People don't have to bring their cars all the way to Manila anymore. They can park around here. We would have parking facilities here, and you can just take the train. And then when you arrive here, just take your car back. You would reduce carbon footprint of individuals. It's gonna improve actually the usage of oil. You can make it more efficient. The North-South Commuter Railway and build practically is to spur huge growth in GDP. Meaning, before we only have incremental growth in GDP. However, every time a new government would come in, they only plan for small increments, right? But with the North-South Commuter Railway, because it's gonna rewire practically Metro Manila and the Greater Capital Region, the jump in GDP after the first year, that it will be really huge. It will be at least minimum 1 percentage point to what it is right now. That's why even when the pandemic occurred, the government, in its own infinite wisdom, they say that the recovery should start with the build projects. And key to that build project is the North-South Commuter Railway and the Metro Manila Subway project.